Okay, I got it plugged in. Now let's continue. And I've got Kung Fu Panda in my DS Lite. And I've got the Animal Crossing in my DSi, so start it. And basically I'm just going to do like a volume test on all three, so not really going to play the games really. So turning it up. It's so-so on sound, but of course each game is going to be different on the volume, but that's the DSi's volume, original DS. So that's pretty loud. The DS Lite, the volume is kind of pretty low, even on full. It's kind of pretty low. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. If you want me to show you anything else about it, I really enjoy all my DS's, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy my DSi. And the Surprise, which is a very old, something very old from Nintendo, and it's something that I'm very proud of because it's the very first handheld that Nintendo came out with, which is the original Nintendo Game Boy, and it still works. I've got batteries in, and I've got Metroid 2 in, which is a very awesome game for the Game Boy. So turn it on. I may need new batteries because the contrast is pretty bad, but of course it wasn't too good anyways. But it had a nice battery light, and you couldn't take out the game cartridge because it had a locking mechanism. This here is actually not the charge port. It is the where you did 2 or 3 or 4 players. Although the 3 and 4 player multiplayer didn't come out until much later. It was only 2 player for a long time, where you had to actually use cable to do 2 player, and it's not wireless like Wi-Fi wireless like the DS's are these days. And you had the volume on the side that you could turn it up pretty loud, and even though there's only one speaker down here, you can actually put in headphones that would be stereo. So that is actually really cool for something that came out in the early 90s. Well, actually late 80s. It says 89 on here, so the contrast is here, which none of the DS's have really. Start and select, and of course the keypad, and the Retro 2 buttons for it ran on batteries, 4 batteries, or this is the only thing I've got a knock on for the original Game Boy, is that you had to buy the power cord, and you didn't want to use, if you used the cord, you didn't want to put the batteries in because you might explode them, unless they were rechargeable, but even then I still would take them out anyways. As you can see, it doesn't have a backlight either that the other Game Boys later had. I'm not sure when the backlight came into existence, but the original Game Boy did not have a backlight. But the nice thing is you could do the contrast to see it better. But even then it was kind of hard to see. But as you can see, well, you can't really see it very well, but I even still have the original save games on this Metroid system, handheld. There we go, get it in the sun, that's better. You can see it a lot better. And yes, not all of the Game Boy games came with a save feature in the cartridge. Some of them you had to do codes, like the NES, but the Metroid 2 is an exception to having one of the first save features on the Game Boy. I know NES had some cartridges that you could save onto the cartridge. So I think that's basically it. Could show you putting it in. Of course, it's like a Game Boy Advance cartridge. You put it in the top and make sure it's in well, and then just turn the power on. And you can hear that Nintendo kept the ding on their handhelds, as I kind of like that they kept the ding on the DS's and throughout their handhelds too, because I know that the the Game Boy Color and stuff, and GBA, and of course DS have the ding. And so thus ends the unboxing of the DSi and the special guest of honor, the original Game Boy, which sometimes I still play, but on occasion. Nothing like retro gaming, like old school consoles and handhelds.